Hi collectors, time for another MAD item review. So in this video we'll go through a collector's magazine and we'll also go through another MAD book, or at least I'll show the outside of it because I don't actually want to open it. So we have today's collector, which came out in 1996, and it goes through some of the quite rare MAD collectibles. Okay, so let's have a bit of a look through it. Find where the MAD stuff is. Okay, where is that? MAD is page 65. Okay, we have a bit of MAD art there. It is an article by Michael Lerner, who is a very big collector of MAD, and I've actually got a bunch of his stuff. I think I bought it off him directly. I don't believe I bought this magazine off him, but I have bought stuff off him in the past. Okay, we have a who's who of collectibles. So we have the infamous straitjacket, which I'm still looking for one of those, so if someone's got one to trade, certainly let me know. We have a bunch of the records, of which I don't actually have any of those. We have the Alfred E. Neuman President Campaign set. I don't actually own any of these. I own a sticker, but I believe that came with a More Trash from MAD. But I do have an envelope that they came in. One of the kind of crazy things about collecting is sometimes the envelopes are worth more than the contents. I'll just show you that because I've got it handy. That's here, and you can see the word kit. Show you a bit closer. So this was the envelope of one of these Alfred E. Neuman for President kits. I believe there was also multiple kits at multiple times. I actually got this as a bonus. I didn't buy it. I bought a bunch of other stuff and the person gave it to me. But it is quite a collectible in itself. And it's something I'd like to pair with a full set at some point in the future. Because most envelopes just get thrown out. This particular envelope will be featured in a future video where I'll go through all of the kind of envelopes and things I have for MAD in its various locations. Okay, so moving on, we have the MAD postcards, which there's a million of, and a lot of which I've shown in the past. I own probably the entire top row. I don't believe I own either of those ones. We have the MAD comics up the top. We've got the magazines, and as I was saying in a recent video, ones that are worth more are usually the ones with the borders in the magazine form. And we have the Halloween kit. I've never seen that rug before. That would be cool. You'd have to be pretty into MAD in order to put that in your lounge room or something. But we have the Aurora kit. We have some of the other records we're talking about there. Then we have some of the rare annuals at the top and some pre-MAD stuff. And I believe that Wheaties box, so it has Alfred on a Wheaties box, was a bootleg. I don't know how many of those exist, but I have seen it before. So it has more information here about the original picture of Alfred and that he had a life before MAD magazine. There's a lot of conjecture as to how old Alfred is, but I believe he's the turn of the 20th century, so very early 1900s. And I believe he was from a stage play that was done in England. Anyway, that's a character that looks very like the modern Alfred. We have some more information about the cover stuff by Norman Mingo. I have one original Norman Mingo, but it's not from MAD. That's the Aurora kit that comes from that box. I've shown those previously. That's the smaller of the two skateboards. There's two skateboards that you can buy. Both are quite rare and extremely rare in good condition. And I actually believe the smaller one's probably rarer than the large because I've seen very few smaller editions there. And they're from a skateboard company called Nash. Moving on, we have a MAD jacket. I actually have one of those jackets that I've shown in a previous video. I've got some MAD trivia there. Got other collectibles, so sticker cards. I did a video on that one. I would have loved to get those. So all of the show bag items of MAD were all licensed in Australia, where I'm from, and I never got them as a kid. I'm pretty certain I saw them at a show once, and they're worth a mint now, and they would have been cool to have, but in any event, I don't have any of those, and they're pretty hard to get a hold of. I know some collectors who have a full set, but they're pretty up there in the collecting world. And we talk about Mad candy, ties, boxer shorts and socks. A lot of those were Australian. I have a heap of those, some of which I haven't done videos for. They're the items from the show bag that I was talking about. Some more annuals, a few of the books that you can get that go into the background of Mad, including Completely Mad, which is a book I've gone through before. I have quite heavily signed, and The Good Days and Mad, which is a book by Dick DeBartolo. Okay, moving on, we have a few other items here. Mexican Mad. We have the different auctions, so the Sotheby auctions, where it talks about Richard Williams' cover art for a 1984 Mad. And then it has the top 10 collectibles. So it'll be interesting to have a look at. So Mad jewellery, definitely up there in the super collectibles. The t-shirt is quite collectible. I have one of those. That was one of my very first videos. Straight jacket, I don't have one of those. It's super collectible. The record, the Mardi Gras Halloween costume, that was shown on a previous page. That's quite rare. The busts, there's many different busts. Some are official, some are not, and they're quite rare as well. I don't have all of the designs of that one. Talking a bit more about the records and the Aurora kit, campaign kit and the anthologies. So this also talks about unauthorised Mad items and how they're collectible, and other things like the Mad Money slot machine. That's one thing I will never buy, and I won't buy it because it's actually not legal for me to buy the parts to a slot machine where I am. That one there is official, and I believe it came from the same company that did the show bag on the previous page. And we have an Alfred of some description. That's all for that article. I would say actually this is really worth picking up just for the sheer amount of information on collecting. So I would say this would be something up there with buying Collectively Mad, just to learn a bit more about the amount of different collectibles that are available. And I don't think this one would cost you very much. Obviously the book Collectively Mad has a lot more in it, and it's quite cheaply purchased. Of all the collector's articles I've seen, this is definitely the best one of the lot. Okay, on to the second item. I don't recall if I've shown this before, but this is a sealed book, so I don't actually want to open it. So that's why it doesn't have a video on itself. But this is Mad About Politics, adapted by Roger Smith, and it has a pop-up political parodies inside it. So I believe this was prior to Obama's election. It doesn't have the exact date there. In any event, it has Presidential Candidate Choose Your Own Adventure book. It's from 2008. So it's campaign rendered into a classic fold-in. The Alfred E. Newman for President campaign kit, which would be a recent one, obviously, not the highly collectible ones. Dick Cheney operation game, and a rejected presidential portraits of Slick Willie with very special presidential pop. And we have two Mad covers there. Anyway, that's all for these items. As always, if you'd like to subscribe, please do so, and we'll catch you next time.